Chris, welcome back to Flat Tank Journey. Lots of things to bring you up to speed with. The rally's at a point where it's nearly done, but it's not. So here's the update. I've got the rear wheel out of the bike and it's off having the brake shoes rebonded. I get new pads put on them. There was almost no brake, little bit. And I wonder whether the brake pedal that I've designed is going to work or whether it needs a whole rebuild. And that's actually on the cards, and I don't know whether it's going to work. So new brake shoes make the brake shoes the best they can be before I start seeing whether there's brake pedal pressure. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff's been in touch with me via email, and he's given me lots of ideas and several photos, and I could choose just to start over with the pedal and bring the mounting point of the pedal forward and have it pull the brake arm forward. But I'm going to bring you in, I'll show you all that in a minute. So that's off being done, and you just got to wait until it gets done. Have a look down here and you can see the gearbox is out of the bike. Now, when I went to adjust the gearbox, it would pull into first or low, because I actually think it's a 2-speed box when I looked at it. I'm no gear ratio person, so I didn't really know. So it would pull into one gear, pulling up, and then you could knock it into a neutral, and then it wouldn't go into another gear. Couldn't get any purchase at all. Now, I pulled the cover off the gearbox, and the gearbox is as clean as a whistle inside. It's been rebuilt. Has it been rebuilt properly? Well, I don't know. I didn't just know whether because of the age you needed to be spinning the gearbox to get it to select. So I pulled the box, really easy to get out, and dropped it round at a mate's place who's into this sort of thing, and he's going to have a look at it. So I need to wait for that. And then after that, I think there'll be more issues as we go for carburetor, clutch, and engine. I'm not giving up, but we are moving sideways because I've got something else I want to show you that I've sort of been hiding from you. So it's been lurking in the shadows. You haven't seen it, and we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I want to bring in, let's have a walk around the bike. I want to show you the levers, the bars, the cables, the hand grips, because I've done all that. Boring work, but I did all that off camera, and that's gone really well. I want to show you the seat, because the seat's a bit special. And then, next episode, I move into a new project, and I hope you're as excited about it as I am. Come on, let's have a look at what I've done that I haven't shown you, and finally flit over the things that need to be done, and that we'll get to over the next month or 6 weeks. But I don't want to bore the life out of you every week with just tiny, miserable, ridiculous jobs. I've got some meat and potatoes I want to get into. Let's have a look at the rest of the bike. You're off the tripod and we're looking at the bike. And I'm pretty happy. As I say, we're not giving up on the bike, but we are moving sideways into a new project so that we can let this evolve at the pace it's going to evolve at. Now for me, let's talk about the things I've taken off. So the rear wheel has gone to the brake bonders. The brake bonder wants the hub and the brake pads and the shoes all to fit the new pads to it. So they've gone, and you just wait. When it's done, it'll be done. The gearbox has come out and it's gone off to a mate's, and I will wait until he finds time to do it, and then we'll talk about that. That's easy. The big issues of the jobs that I have done. The seat. Well, I didn't do it. Daryl Colt in Geelong did it. Daryl's a seat restorer of some note, in my opinion, and does beautiful work. You can see the Brooks stamp in the front. He's had those reproduced. It's stitched. It's dyed. I chose the colour, and I absolutely love it. It takes away from the blackness of the bike, because it is very black, but that is how it's meant to be. Looking at the tank, I ordered some water slide decals this morning. I ordered them from the Rally Club in the UK, and Simon Dillon's going to send those to me. Ordered 2 sets so I can goof one set up. And they'll be the correct stickers for the year. Then the bars. Now, this is a deviation from being correct. But, you know, I like them, so it's all good. First thing I did was change the grips. I didn't actually like the wooden ones I'd made. I went for some 40s, 50s, maybe retro looking, and I think they call them Coke bottle. And you'll see the Coke bottle when I stand here and look at them this way. They're just black. They fit your hand nice. It allowed me to remove the front brake lever because I can't get hold of a front wheel that has the brake, and I didn't want to have an open-ended bar or a lever that didn't work. The levers themselves. Now these are more reproductions of the 40s, 50s, 60s. And I used probably an air choke lever as the throttle lever. I bought the long one. It operates smoothly. I've hooked up the cable. It goes to the carby. That's easy. I did the left-handed lever for the other side that matches and used it as the magneto advance and retard. And then a ball-ended lever for the decompression. And you can see the clutch lever, and there's no cable for that. I'm happy with the way the cable's laid out. They look good. They're away from one another, but they're tidy. They're not too big, and they're not too short at the same time, because that's always a pain in the bottom. I like the bars and the levers. They're probably not for the purist. I accept that. But I like them, and I think they look good. And most importantly, I think they'll function well. Standing back here, and it's a little bit dark on this side, so I'm sorry about that. You can see that where the gearboxes come out of, and you can see I've got primary chains and rear chains and bits and pieces everywhere. What are the issues? After the gearbox is repaired, restored, functioning correctly, let's say it that way, and the rear wheel's back, it's time then to tighten up the flywheel and get it to change gears properly, and then perhaps think about starting it. I do need to install the magneto and time the magneto to the engine. Now, somebody was very kind to comment and say it's 7/16 before top dead centre, which is a fair bit, you know, almost half an inch. But there you go. That's what it was commented as. So somebody knew better than me. The carburetor still lurks as an unknown. Is it any good? Will it function properly? And what about the lid that I repaired? Don't know. We're very close, but we're still a long way away. There you go. That's where I'm up to with the rally. And that's kind of, you know, today's news. I'll bring you up to date every time something happens. I'm not going to put this aside and make it disappear. And the torpedo hasn't disappeared either. It's going to go to the sign riders when I do the pins dropping on this. And you'll see that again too. So it's not completely disappearing. We'll get to starting it up. If it doesn't start and it's a pup, I'll tell you. That'll be fine. But for now, I like to keep busy and I like to keep doing something. Another project came my way and I'm excited about that. I'm going to show you that real soon. That's it for another episode. Take care and I'll bring you up to speed soon. Cheers. Have a good one.